Hello class 6, let's continue chapter 6, the golden age, Gupta empire. Now art and architecture, the Gupta period 4 AD to 7 AD is often described as the golden age of art and architecture. During this period, Sarnath emerged a school par excellence in the Buddhist art. Some of the most beautiful images of Buddha are products of this school. During the Gupta period, a firm foundation of temple architecture was laid when the basic elements of the Indian temple consisting of a square sanctum and pillared porch emerged. Temple were constructed around the Garbhagriha or the room where the idol of the deity was placed. It was here that devotees offered prayers and the religious rituals were performed. Temples also had a hall known as a mandapa where people assembled. The Shautara temple, an example of the Gupta style of temple architecture, is the Dashavatara temple at Devgarh. Cave painting. Cave architecture also attained a great degree of refinement during this period. This is what? Ajanta cave. The advancement of literature and art in the Gupta period. The advancement of literature and art in the Gupta period. First one, Sanskrit became the language of court. Second, creativity at its best can be found in the works of the extraordinary poet and dramatist Kalidas. He wrote Shakuntala, Meghdut and Vashaya. Third one, the Purans were rewritten and the Mahabharata was edited during this period. Nalanda, Sarnath, Vallabhi and Takshila were famous seats of learning. They were the famous university of the period of this period. During the Gupta period, a firm foundation of temple architecture was laid. The Shautara temple at Devgarh is an example of the Gupta style. This paragraph will be helping you to do answer number 2, discuss the advancement of literature and art in the Gupta period. I found many students are confused doing this answer. Why do we say Gupta period as golden age? Why? During the golden age, Kalidas was known for writing many plays. Okay. Many good things happened in this period. That's why this period is called Golden Age. Here, the Gupta Empire built an iron pole that 35 feet high. They were known as the master of metal. It shows that they were aware from meteorology. Here, the Gupta Empire figured out that the earth, H you will write over there, H is missing, earth revolved around the sun. Earth revolved around the sun. Here, because Hinduism was so popular in the Gupta Empire, Buddhism did not get to really grow in the empire. It means Hinduism was flourished in this period. Hinduism started to rise under the Gupta Empire. In the Gupta Empire, drama and literature were considered very important. The Gupta Empire was very good at making medicine. They even found a cure for leprosy. The Gupta Empire figured out the use of zero. Now, growth of trade and commerce. The Guptas provided many years of peace, safety, and well connected roads, as well as developed seaports. As a result, trade and commerce, both internal and external, grew fast in this period. Internal within the country, external outside the country. Ujjain, Patliputra, Banaras, Mathura, Tamralipti were the famous trade centers. Trade with Myanmar, Java, Cambodia, etc. was carried through Tamralipti in the east coast. Cotton and silk, textiles, ivory and metal crafts developed and expanded a great deal. Ivory, the tusk of an elephant, ivory. Okay. India exported items like silk, exported, which India used to send outside the country. India exported items like silk, spices, sandalwood, precious stones and perfumes. The Guptas introduced gold and silver coins to facilitate trade. The people became very rich in this period. Science and technology. The Gupta period is called the golden age of Indian history. First one, a great advancement was made in the field of astronomy, mathematics and astrology. Astronomy, the meaning of astronomy is the scientific study of stars, planets and other objects in outer space. The meaning of astronomy. And the meaning of astrology is the study of the positions and movements of the stars and planets and the way that believe they affect people and events. Second one, Aryabhatta was a famous astronomer and mathematician of this age. He wrote in detail about the lunar and solar eclipses. Another astronomer of the period was the Varaha Mihira, who threw light on the 5 theories used in astronomy. Great physicians like Brahmagupta, Vanbhatta and Dhanvatri were other gems of this era, of this period. The Indian mathematicians during this period used the decimal system of numerals, of numbers. The iron pillar at Mehrauli near Delhi testifies that metallurgy was also quite a developed science. Iron pillar, see over here, look over here, this iron pillar at New Delhi. Iron pillar at Mehrauli in Delhi. The pillar is 98% pure wrought iron and is a testament to the high level of skill achieved by ancient Indian iron smiths. It has attracted the attention of both archaeologists and metallurgists, as it has withstood corrosion for over 16 years in the open air. In the open air, still in the same, it is in the same condition. Now the causes of the Gupta Empire. All successors of Chandragupta II were weak and inefficient. The vastness of the Gupta Empire made it hard for the kings to control. Coming emperor were not so capable, so they could not handle such a vast empire. The provincial governors took advantage of the weak central rule and declared themselves independent rulers of their provinces. The regular and repeated invasion of the Huns proved very disastrous for the Gupta Empire and it crumbled down. Disastrous means disorder. Okay. Now Harsha, after the downfall of Gupta Empire in the middle of 6th century AD, North India was once again split into several independent kingdoms. One such king was that of Harshavardhan, a significant 7th century ruler of Kannauj. Ban Bhatt, his court poet, wrote his biography called Harsha Charitra. Apart from this, we get to know about Harsha and his rule from Hyun Seng, the Chinese traveler who visited and lived in Harsha's court for 8 years. He wrote about Harsha Rama in his book called Siyuki. Okay, Siyuki. He wrote this book in 1630 AD. On the political, he threw his book Siyuki threw light on the political, social, religious, and economic life of the people under Harsha's rule. Hyun Seng has given a detailed account of the 5th Buddhist assembly held at Kannauj. Harsha was an efficient administrator who cared deeply for his people. A great patron of learning and tolerant ruler. He used to respect other religions. He was a follower of Hinduism and in the later part of his life accepted Mahayana Buddhism. He died in 647 AD. Mahayana and Hinayana, two sects of Buddhism. Now the one question is there. Fahian. Who was Fahian? Fahian was a Chinese pilgrim who visited India at the time of Chandragupta II or Vikramaditya. Vikramaditya and Chandragupta II, they both are same. He visited India in 405 AD. Why? He came to India in search of Buddhist manuscripts and relics and left some valuable accounts of his impressions of India. He left a detailed account of the political, economic, social and religious life of the people during the Gupta period. It is given over here. Who was Fahian and why did he come to India? You can see this is the coin. This is the coin at the time of Samudragupta. In this coin you can see he is playing a Indian lyre or veena. Okay. Yes class, one thing I want to remind you, we could not compare the answers of the exercise of lesson number 2 from civics. Okay, exercises which you have done in book. Let's cross check the answers. Okay, now take out page number 118. Class, page number 118. First one, here you will write towns. Okay, second, 21 years. Third, mayor and a deputy mayor. But sometime they are mayor and deputy mayor, they are elected by the people of the city. Okay. Now, fourth one, state government. Fifth one, civil and criminal courts. This match the columns. Your sequence will be 5, 6, 1, 3, 2, 4. I am repeating 5, 6, 1, 3, 2, 4. Here, correct the false statement. a foreign citizen. Cut till here. And right over there, a voter must be a citizen of India, at least 18 years of age. 18 years of age. A resident of the city can vote in election to the local bodies. All this you have to write. Okay. Second one, the member of parliament is written. You just cut over there. The members of corporation elect a mayor. India has 29 states. Cut 25 and write over there 29 states. This is also false. All the above three statements were false. First three statements were false. Fourth one, some seats are. This is true. Fifth one, the local bodies also run railway and air services for its people. Wrong. The local bodies, cut till here. Okay. Till services. The local bodies provide cheap and efficient mode of transport. That's all for the day. Thank you.